Good evening, learners. This is your teacher, Mr. Kawewa, to take you through our next topic. We'll be looking at business units. In this topic, I'm so sure and very confident that you'll be able to define business units and also identify classes of business units. Also apply the knowledge you're going to acquire in your everyday lives. Thank you so much. Let's look at business units. Types of business units. We need to know what business units are. Business units refer to the way businesses are organized in terms of capital contribution, ownership, and control. They are classified into two categories, and these categories are as follows. We have the private sector or private enterprise businesses and the public sector or public enterprise businesses. Businesses under the private sector are privately owned businesses, and those under the public sector are businesses that are owned by the state. Let's look at businesses that are owned under the private sector. Under the private sector, we have got the sole trade business, the partnership business, limited companies such as the private limited company, public limited company, multinational companies, and cooperatives. The public sector owns businesses in two ways. Some businesses are owned under the central government. These are businesses whose administration is at the headquarters. In Zambia, we have businesses such as ZESCO, Zambia Electricity Supply Company, Zambia Railways, Food Reserve Agents, to mention just a few. And we have those whose administration has evolved to the local authority that are controlled under the municipal council or the city council. Here we have businesses such as maybe restaurants that are owned by the council, markets, we have lodges, we have guest houses, to mention just a few. Let us now move to specific businesses under the private sector. And the first business we're going to discuss is the sole trade business. A sole trade business is a business that is owned by one person. Sole means one. It is owned and controlled by one person, and it has the following features. Under sole trade business, we are talking of being owned by one person. Sole trade businesses are businesses that are owned by one person. It is easy to set up. In terms of documentation, it doesn't require a lot of documents. Once it is registered, you may only need a trading license. The owner raises capital from his personal savings as well as from relatives. Relatives can loan him or friends to start the business. The owner also manages his business. The management and control is under the owner of the business. He may employ maybe just one worker or use his or her relatives. And then the owner does almost all the work alone. He may do the work alone or employ, like mentioned earlier on, just one or two workers. She enjoys the profit alone, a kind of kamriaweka business. This type of business has unlimited liability. What do we mean when we say unlimited liability? What we are trying to say here is that the financial obligation of a sole trader is only limited to what they've put in business or invested in business. Meaning, in times of financial difficulties, a sole trader will suffer what they have invested in business as well as their personal belongings. Belongings such as maybe on televisions, on vehicle. The creditors may grab such things so that the amounts that the business owes them may be offset. This type of a business has no legal distinction. The business and the owner are one. The business can be sued in the name of the owner. There's no legal distinction. They're just one business and the owner, and also lacks continuity of existence, meaning that the death of the owner of the business may bring the business to a standstill. When the owner dies, the business is also likely to die. The next type of business under the private sector is the partnership business. A partnership business is an association of people who have agreed to combine their resources, skills, or labor to conduct a lawful business. Membership of a partnership. Partnership requires a minimum of 2 and maximum of 20 partners, specifically for ordinary partnership. But other professional partnerships or limited partnerships, there is no maximum number. For partners such as engineers, accountants, solicitors, the maximum number sometimes may even be up to 10, like for bankers, or even less than 20 or less than 10. Partnership. Now let us look at formation of partnership. Now, partners are joined together by a contractual agreement known as the Articles of Partnership or the Partnership Deed. This document is created by partners themselves. However, if disputes arise, it can be harmonized by the Partnership Act of 1890 that requires everything to be done 50-50. Let us look at what is contained in this partnership deed or articles of partnership. It provides the following: the name and nature of the business. Are you into trading, groceries, or is a professional partnership? Name and address, as well as occupation of all partners, duration of the partnership business, the amount of capital each partner contributes, the ratio of sharing profits and losses, the rate of interest payable on capital, as well as drawings. So there should be interest that is payable to partners on the capital contributed, and interest on the drawings from the business. In this case, partners have to pay for the drawings that they get from the business. Duties and powers of each partner. So all the information mentioned is contained in the partnership deed. Let us look at the features of partnership. Now we can look at the features of partnership. Partnership always, in most cases, it has a membership of 2 to 20, except for professional partnership, as earlier indicated. Has no separate legal status, meaning that the business and the partners are one. Has unlimited liability except for limited partners. Unlimited liability meaning that those ordinary partners, they suffer financial losses in terms of financial difficulties. Whatever they've invested in business as well as their personal belongings can be at risk, except for limited partners whose liability is only limited to their investment in the business. It is controlled and owned by partners. Easy to set up. It doesn't require so much legal formalities. You may only need the partnership deed and some trading licenses. Financial records are not made publicly, but they are kept privately. They are not even published for the consumption of members of general public, but kept privately. Has limited capital. As such, it lacks borrowing capacity. Next time we're going to look at types of partnership. Thank you very much. May the good Lord bless you all.